I will open my presentation today with a quote from Saidiya Hartman's book, Lose Your Mother. She says in her introduction, and I quote, "This is the afterlife of slavery. Skew life chances, limit access to health and education, premature death, incarceration, and impoverishment. I, too, am the afterlife of slavery." The words of Hartman resonate with me because I also am the afterlife of slavery. From the south of Bahia State, my family has been working on this region's lands as formerly enslaved for over 100 years. Our lineage from the African continent is unknown. The only life story that we are aware of is the one of the forced African diaspora to Brazil. My family and I have no recollections of any traditions, rituals, or beliefs that were brought from Africa to us. We do not preserve any oral history about our genealogy. We just preserve our color, black. Before writing this project, my reflections about my ancestors were limited to what I believe is a shared perspective of most mixed-race peoples in Brazil, which is a journey of resilience to overcome the unspoken evils of the past and the present. We overcome them, and when we do it, we push these memories of struggles deep down within ourselves. These evils are oftentimes named as hunger, illiteracy, and dispossession. But I never heard these evils being called racism, as if being black has nothing to do with these unspoken past evils. As someone who grew up in Rio de Janeiro, I have witnessed poverty in the most perverse of ways. But poverty always had the same color. Poverty is black, black as my ancestors, black as my family. But I have to come clean and say that my research about slavery and reparations was not a calling from my ancestors to make justice for the evils of the past, or even to pay tribute to them and honor our unknown history. I chose to work with these themes because of the quiet. I was summoned by the utter quiet that resides in me. While I agreed that quiet can be a space for resistance, I wondered, how can I continue to be quiet? How can the evils of my past go another day unnamed? Honestly, I felt unworthy of such a life-changing mission. When reading novels by Black female authors, I identified a maternal genealogy of women voices. I found in their literary works that their fictional characters were the ancestors that I had never heard of before. Their fictional life stories were my unknown feminine lineage, and the unspoken evils of my past were already written by them. Black literature was my ultimate calling. My research unpacks a comparative analysis of literature in Portuguese, Spanish, and English, informed by a hemispheric, decolonial, Black feminist thought. My study shows how contemporary Afro-Latin American and Caribbean fictional novels can be perceived as symbolic reparations projects for the legacy of slavery. When I was conceiving this project, I understood that financial and material compensation for historical injury is a crucial part of debates over reparations for slavery. However, the symbolic dimension of redress also has a fundamental role in restoring what was denied to Black people, their humanity. My research serves as a regional platform for inquiry, devoted to the vital process of rehumanization of Black people, driven by the ideas of resistance and community healing. My research analyzes how fiction fills in the gaps in the official history. I examine how narratives can give a different meaning to the experience of the forced African diaspora to the Americas. The Caribbean writer Jamaica Kincaid wrote as follows: nothing can erase my rage. Not an apology, not a large sum of money, not the death of the criminal, because this wrong can never be right. and only the impossible can make me still. Can a way be found to make what happened not have happened? Kincaid's words made me reflect on how this group of women voices such as hers, when speaking up, can change the wrongdoings of the past. These women voices disturbed my inner quiet and brought me here today to use this space dedicated to critical inquiry that I have been giving to do what I can do, which is to speak up. We are here. We bear witness. Thank you.